Hello everyone, Keza here today, and I am starting a new group of short gameplay videos with a new character that is my Grandmaster Explorer, Keza Krad, the opposite of Dark. Going with GM Camping, so I basically have a 100 skill point handicap on this character, and I'll be running around using a lantern and no night sight, and visiting a lot of the best mostly underground and cave locations, dungeons and whatnot, that have good lighting. So if you're interested in some fun gameplay, that's a little off the beaten path, you can go out and hit up some of these locations. This first one I'm in right here is Khaldun. It is a dungeon you can get into from T2A, and this odd character uses such a strange mix of skills. I use poisoning, if this has poison on it. If not, I'll poison it. No, it's poisoned. A mixture of poisoning, magery for healing myself, veterinary and animal lore for having an Aussie tank build, and then kind of like a Dexter swordsman. And yeah, it's going to be a fun time. I'm going to be going around mostly killing small game. No idea if that's valuable hue, but I'll take it. Alright. And yeah, mostly just exploring these dark locations, because you can see the lighting in here is pretty crazy. And this is actually one of my favorite locations. Even though if you die in here, it's pretty troublesome to try to get out. See, I think these, well, they'll be dead too fast to see if they're poisonable. I need to set up my loot macro to this bag. Yeah, so one of the reasons I'm doing this video, and we'll be doing some more like this, is because I've been doing a lot of Iron Manning videos, and they don't really give you a lot of insight into the stuff you can do in the open world. So I've created this new character that I'll be training up, going around fighting stuff in a very odd way. I would bring kindling down here for me for additional light, but you can't light it inside of dungeons, which is too bad. So I don't know if the hues these guys are dropping is anything uncommon, but I'm looting it anyways. It looks like it's a dark, maybe useful hue. People like, who knows. Fighting skeletons, very, very thrilling stuff. No, I'll be using this character for some more interesting stuff later on. Right now, it's just going through here. So I considered doing this whole thing with Dark Knights enabled, but I'll show you why not. You can barely even see the walls around you. Like, it is pretty crazy how limiting your field of view is. Let's see that. There we go. And I have just enough poisoning skill to be using regular poison on these, because I think these might be immune to spell poison or lesser poison. But they do just fine against this. Oh, and I'm still increasing. I need more intelligence on this character. I might actually do... Nah, I'm going to let my strength drop further. It's kind of a brown hue. I'll just keep the stuff that looks black. Yeah, I'm not going to keep the Dark Knights on. I can't even see where I'm going. There we go. This weapon is bound to run out of poison here in just a minute. So the second I get poison applied, I switch over to a Katana of Power. And it has no tactics, because I'm still trying to gain tactics on this character. Ooh. So is this Khaldun or Khaldun? Let me look at the map real quick. Well, it doesn't say his name, but that says D-U-N. The Zealot of Khaldun. Could be Khaldun, could be Khaldun. I don't know. Either way, these guys are tough. I'm trying not to get my Ostard killed in here, because you can't resurrect them in any way. Yeah. Good chance he's going to be immune to my poison. We'll try it anyway. Yep. Well. Wow. Yeah, that fight's going to be a little bit too long. Ouch. So I'm not interested in these fights that are going to take like a really long time, because that doesn't make for the greatest gameplay video. I will, however, fight some of these guys. Oh. Man, those things sound weird. Mostly I'm just exploring, seeing all these, what do you even call those? Glowing ruins? The ancient lich room in here actually looks pretty awesome if you have night sight off and light levels and all that stuff. But I'm not going to go visit the ancient liches right today, because this character would just get obliterated there. But yeah, this whole dungeon I'll explore a little bit more is one of my #1 locations to go if I want to see some awesome lighting effects, that's for sure. Go this way. Apart from the base gold and some darker hued cloth, there's not much here in terms of loot. If you go back to the wow, there's a lot of stuff right here. If you go back to the ancient lich area, you will find more stuff in terms of loot. Mostly it's a huge source of respawned weapons. What is over here? Is that a grave? It's just cave floor. And this is how you get in from this side. So this is in T2A. This is kind of the main entrance, actually. I came in the back way. There's just so many crazy glowing things around here. I'm gonna head. I'm looking at my my map here. I'm gonna try to go a little bit deeper without getting killed by stuff. It looks like almost everything's lured into that one area. Kill a few things here. I lost the poison on my weapon. There we go. And change over. Just get poison going on everything that I can. And this character's major is going to go up pretty slowly. But I eventually plan on getting higher magery so I can heal myself and bless myself for more points. Right now, it's only getting +6 to everything. So if I get into a more intense fight, bless isn't really going to help me all that much. And since I don't have any healing skill, I'm definitely going to need to put more intelligence. Oh, dang, where did this thing come from? I'm still fizzling greater heal. Yeah, this Ostard is a lot more tanky than I am. And it's just a regular forest Ostard. This one has the max hit points. Nowhere near maximum strength or anything, but they're not really here for damage. I wonder, can I poison this thing? A lot of undead and like ghost stuff you can't poison. Yeah. As much as I enjoy sitting around at half health, I can also heal. Yeah, this thing has a good bit of hit points. Oh, right. Until I get GM animal lore, I can't lore random monsters. Coin dropped straight into the bag. Well, on the ground, and then I got a scavenger. And I can't tell if these hues are going to be useful. I'm not really going to keep any of these brown ones. I guess I could just cut them into bandages. Alright, come up here and finish off this skeleton. And then I don't know what's over here. These shadow things are super easy. Need to go down in a couple hits. Bone Knight. A tentacle of... What the? Why is that there? That's super random. Someone must have done a harrower and not killed one of the tentacles. It's the only explanation I can think of. Alright, strange. Oh, dismount blocked. Can I poison the Bone Knight? Nice. Wow, you upgrade your poison by 1 level and you can use it on all kinds of undead stuff. These are, instead of lesser poison potion, it's just called a poison potion. And that's what I'm applying to my weapon. Let's arm the poisoning again. Come here. Come here. Too far away. We found something else to fight. Move these health bars around so it makes sense. So I have a macro that automatically re-poisons my katana there. Although that failed. Let's try it again. It's actually the last poison I have. Alright. Things like this are definitely good for skill, but they don't drop much. When you're starting out with any kind of build, whether it's a Aussie tank or a Provo Bard or anything like that, the fights are definitely going to be longer, especially if you're not using Slayers. Let's see, I'm almost 50 swordsmanship. My tactics is going to take way longer. I haven't really decided if I'm going to use, or try to get anatomy all the way to GM, or if I'm just going to like lock it at 80 and then take more majory skill. Because if you don't have healing skill on your Dexer, it's actually better to take a little less anatomy and a little more tactics. So this character might be like, I don't know, 90 tactics and 80 anatomy, I'm not sure yet. Alright, so I've done a lot of running around in here exploring with no, without finding any of these secret passages. I'm just going to run past a few more things. The Ancient Liches is, well, Lich I should say, he's right there. And that's not something I can fight right now, so I'm just running past him. And past all this other stuff that will kill me if I stop. Wow. Way too much stuff. Just keep running. Not that way. Wow. Oh, this is a nicely decorated area. I think I'll have to exit this dungeon after this fight. Fights like this are good for my Ostard's resist, which is probably close to 0. Definitely need to come back here at a later date when this character has some skill and fight this stuff with silver weapons. So I wonder if these guys with the names are any more difficult. For a longer fight like this one, I'm actually going to bless myself and the Ostard, and then continue the fight. Should give my Ostard a little more than their normal max hit points there. Oh no. Zealot's going to aggro. I'm not going to be able to heal through all this here in just a second. Gaining veterinary skill. Oh yeah, it's time to go. Run away! And you can't win all these fights. Even if I had a silver weapon, that would have taken way too long. I'd like run out of bandages before it was over. Actually, I don't need to close my Ostard's health bar. I need to heal him. Oh, I don't have enough regs to stay down here. Alright, well that was fun. That is my first expedition through Khaldun. I'm hoping later in a different video when I have more equipment for this guy and more skills, I can figure out how to get into that other area. Or just take on some more monsters here. Anyways, that's all for today. I have other locations lined up. Hithaloth, or Hyloth, however you want to say it, the Orc Caves, ice, fire. There's all kinds of great places to fight in the dark, and those are all coming up in later videos. So this is just something I'm doing for fun, to go out in the open world and maybe get killed by someone, just run into different things. But again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys all around later.